Big what's up to everybody. Welcome back to the channel. The 2024 NBA trade deadline is only 5 days away, and at this moment in time, with Joel Embiid injured for the foreseeable future due to a meniscus tear, your Philadelphia 76ers are in quite a predicament coming up to the deadline. What was once an easy bang-bang operation for Daryl Morey and the front office to build around their reigning MVP to bolster reinforcements has now become a strategic undertaking of how they'll be able to keep this season afloat while the big man heals. In this video, I will be going over every realistic, specifically realistic, emphasizing realistic, trade rumor that has come to the Sixers' way, give my opinion on what the team should do, and answer the question of, are the guys truly screwed? Thanks for tuning in. Without further ado, let's get to the video. Okay, so without wasting any time, these were the three guys that I believe the Sixers realistically should have their eyes set on come Friday afternoon. Malcolm Brogdon, Tyus Jones, and DeJounte Murray. An honorable mention would be given to Marcus Smart, who a few months ago I thought was the perfect piece to the puzzle, but with him dealing with his own injury woes at the moment, I don't know how the front office could justify trading for him, which is that's a shame, a damn shame. But back to those three players specifically. You can view their stats below, not bad, all across the whole board. But more importantly, you may see that they all have something in common. That is right, you guessed it, they are all guards. I'm of the mindset that the best option moving forward is to add a backup defensive guard to this team that can provide comparable ball handling skills to the twos that we already have. I think it inevitably comes down to options come playoff time, and to be able to, pick and play with Melton, Pat Bev, and the actual chosen bull out of this three, depending on the situation next to Tyrese Maxey, will give the team optionality. We already have a plethora of wings, so the next best thing to do would to be go for a semi-ball handling type of guard. There are two type of easily available commodities in this league. Wings who can shoot, maybe not necessarily play defense, but wings that can shoot, as well as ball handling guards. Now, out of these three, I guess my pick would be Malcolm Brogdon, simply because he's a veteran that has been, through the ringer a few times, played on about probably 3 or 4 different teams. But even then, with his own injury history, the squad would definitely be taking a gamble. So next piece, on to the actual rumors. The Sixers have been linked to 2 former All-Stars that are closely linked, funnily enough. Kyle Lowry and DeMar DeRozan. Now for Kyle Lowry, he was just traded from the Heat a few weeks ago and now plays for the Charlotte Hornets. I know he is sick as hell. There are rumors that he might want to be brought out because, once again, who wants to play in bum AS, Charlotte? And if that is the case when he is brought out, people are saying that he wants to come home to Philly, where he is born and raised. But also there is a connection here because Nick Nurse is the actual coach, and we all remember him and homie winning a championship back in Toronto. For DeMar DeRozan, his current team, the Chicago Bulls, are a complete mess. Zach LaVine is out for the season amid trade rumors that he was going to be dealt to the Pistons. So that organization's campaign is all but done for this year, and no one really knows what's next. As a result, there is a potential fire sale going on in the Midwestern city, and insiders have said that the Bulls are looking for a first-round pick for DeMar DeRozan. Some would also say, we could eventually or potentially go for Alex Caruso, but I'm not sure if the ends of trading legit all of your pieces, your draft picks, your actual, trade fodder with the guards that we got from the James Harden trade earlier this year would justify getting Alex Caruso. I could be wrong, but I don't think it's worth it. Now, out of those two rumors, Kyle Lowry is the only one that actually makes sense, I guess, simply off of the fact that he fits the same backup guard mold/need that this team needs. Once again, he has played for Nurse's offensive system before, and he is great for culture purposes on this team, something that the Sixers need year in and year out. DeMar, he kind of clashes with the roster, You will be adding him to the plethora of wings we already have. And with his play style, that means more times than not, he will have to have the ball in his hands, which inevitably means less time for Tobias and Maxey to have the ball. But when putting it all into perspective, he would honestly be a good piece to have while Embiid is out. A trio of Tyrese Maxey, Tobias, and DeMar DeRozan could hypothetically keep pace in the East right now. It's just that when Embiid returns, what do we do now? And can that actually work? And can that offensive system with 4 ball dominant players, how would that work come playoff time? So yeah, bro, I do not envy the front office's job at the current moment with garnishing draft picks, all the while trying to maintain ground in the playoff race while your MVP is sidelined. The guy that basically keeps you winning games after games after games. Now, if you want to be real, this joint honestly just comes down to 2 options. And it really all depends on how much you trust Embiid. You either A, go all in with DeRozan and shoot for a championship this year, knowing that you may not be able to rely on Embiid, or B, you play it safe and get one of those guards that I mentioned previously, but this method has you relying on Embiid come playoff time. And is that really realistic for a team with championship aspirations? I think at this like point, you really need to have borderline all NBA players on this roster, or at least 2 of them, just to help Embiid. You already have something like that with Maxey, but like, damn, bro. Ladies and gentlemen, I just don't know. Which leads me to say that the Philadelphia 76ers are screwed. Like, at least for this season, because literally, what the hell do you do? The consensus would be to play it safe and go for a guard, but that's what we legit do every single year. On top of that, this year's free agent market isn't looking so stacked as we once thought. So would the best move be to lock up DeMar and already have a replacement for Tobias, who odds are is gone once this offseason begins? Decisions. Having your franchise decision-making revolved around an injury-prone generational talent such as Joel Embiid just makes things so complicated. And no, I'm not one of these bipolar fans, one of these fair weather Philadelphia fans saying that Joel Embiid needs to be traded right now while you still can to get the greatest value back, because that doesn't solve the issue of winning a championship. If the goal is to win a championship, which it should be, going through the whole process years, going through Ben Simmons, going through James Harden, what was that point if not to win eventually a chip? Joel Embiid is a walking 50-win season off rip. We have just seen what he does, or like what he can do when he is healthy, generational type bucket getting. And let's not even for like get the whole defense. Mans is legit the core of the squad. Let's be smart here. Trading him doesn't do anything. But still, with that being said, the question needs to be asked. What the hell do we do? I'll talk to y'all next time. Peace.